Kami finding Airman, CasualTom finding Metal Man, and we are off and running once again.
Alrighty.
Is that vanilla music I hear?
It's vanilla music, but in Metal Man's room.
Oh! Yeah, you see two people running and shooting, and you don't place which stage it's coming from.
Unfortunately, stereo helps with that.
But yeah, we got the SRL thing worked out one way or another, and we are back up and running, and our two players are just hauling through this. And how much do you think Kami was like, not Airman again?
He's not getting trolled, so not too bad. He definitely did get an update as the stage started.
And so far, no fat fans sitting there at the conveyor, so nice to see.
There's also no amphibians at the beginning. But Tom is dealing with the Joe army, who's all over the place in the second section of a Metal Man stage.
Nice jumps over the Joes, though. That was real pretty.
Ooh, and the birds got Kami.
Airman every time.
Yeah, Airman in this randomizer is not a kind stage. Even when it looks pretty kind, it's still not kind. So Tom's gonna make it to the door first, as we'll find out who our first robot master of this seed is, and is this even randomized?
There you go. That's what I was looking for right there.
See, this makes more sense to put it in. Earlier, not so much. Had to think about it for a bit. But now we can definitely say it. Yeah,
Metal Man already eaten up that E-Tank that he earned. That is a fast set of metal blades right there. They are smoking.
Yep. Meanwhile, we got some falling leaves in Airman stage. And a bit of a high jumper.
Metal Man giving out the Rush Marine, apparently, as his weapon. I have a feeling it's going to be a little more useful here than it was in Mega Man 3.
And 4.
And 4.
I mean, use Marine... You know what? In speedrun purposes, you don't use Marine at all.
No, see? And, I mean, it's Buster only. They won't be using it here, either.
Nope.
So for those just tuning in, we are on the second round of a potentially best of 3 of the losers bracket here between CasualTom and Kammesennin for the Mega Man 2 Randomizer 2020 tournament. This is a no-zips tournament, and also these two players are doing this Buster only as much as they can.
Yeah, so both runners will not be using weapons or items unless it's absolutely required to do so.
Some of the Wily stages and the bosses in the Wily stages do require the use of at least a little bit of items, so you will see it there. Otherwise, Buster, and more Buster.
Bustin' makes me feel good. Uh-oh, are these tin cans Buster immune?
Well, I don't think he actually got the shot to hit the face. Nope, yeah, they are Buster
They
immune.
are. This is a case where the birds are a good thing, because they do 1 damage, and you can just damage boost your way through.
It's a bit of a gauntlet there. Did we just see Kami die again?
Yeah, Kami got the Prodigy special.
Okay, explain that one to me. I don't know that.
Okay. Prodigy won the tournament, the inaugural tournament. In the championship races, he died on the lasers.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
So that's why it's the Prodigy special.
Love the color of those lasers, though. Those are real pretty.
At least you could see him coming, but I don't think Kami's did. Meanwhile, Tom is entering the Woodman door, where we got ourselves a Heat Man. And
Hot wood coming in.
It's a good one. It's a good one. He's super fast. He takes damage from the Buster. 7 shots. I'll take this.
That's what you want for a Buster-only match.
It's definitely what you want. Meanwhile, Kami is about to enter the Quick Man room, and we'll find out who our boss is here.
Well, man, giving item 1, which would be
And
useful if we could use it.
Spoolin' Man.
Not Huggy
he
this
is
time, at
not
least.
Not a Huggles. Rather disappointing, by the way.
Ooh, he's getting dangerously low on health, though.
Oh,
Ouch!
Kami. Trying to hoard that E-tank.
That is 3 deaths so far for Kami, though, putting him in a bit of a deficit here. Boss fight should go okay this time, but Kami is going to have to fight to get back from this.
Oh, this music? This is from a Namco game called Valkyrie no Densetsu. It was a super popular franchise for Namco in the 80s, and for a while was their actual mascot, as opposed to Pac-Man.
I know I've heard it in the rando before. It, like, for whatever reason, it sounds like an off-brand DuckTales track, I'll be honest.
It's not.
Oh, yeah, no.
Also, number 2, I really like this track.
No, it's a good track, don't get me wrong.
Number three, the only reason I know the game and the character and where it's from is because of Project XO, which was a DS game, strategy game that featured Namco, Sega, and Capcom characters, and featured that character and this song in there. So that's how I know.
I love the history lesson. That's great. So meanwhile, Kami is making his way through a very dark-looking, very goth-looking Flashman stage.
I think we call this gunmetal.
Industrial.
And that Joe yeeted out of here. Kami's going to go ahead and pick up the E-tank here.
Weapon there was the rebound zip. This is a zipless tournament, though. Sorry, you can't use it.
Creed, I only wish that game came here stateside. I ended up playing it as a ROM hack. By ROM hack, I mean a guy worked on doing the localization for it for a long time, and that's how I played it.
So the Flashman stage, as presented by 9 Inch Nails, is guarded by Flashman, a very jumpy Flashman.
Yeah. But, Kami takes it down on the same.
Yeah, it was a Buster Week Flashman, so he didn't get a chance to do his freeze shot. And they are both going to be converging on Bubbleman's stage now.
It's still 3 apiece. Kami is only half a stage back, considering all the setbacks.
That was exactly how much I was going to put him back, so that's 30 seconds or so?
Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah.
Our shrimp are not cluster immune this time, though. One little interesting fact that should be noted here, of all the enemies in the game that aren't randomized really, aside from the hot dogs, are these Chanky Makers, as they're pretty much gonna gonna have the same damage values to them. So they were going to be Buster susceptible anyway.
Oh, okay. Good to know. And the waterfall that destroys everyone's streams.
And your eye sockets.
Yes! A little searing there, wasn't it? Especially when it's like lime green ecto cooler.
There's Quickman in Bubbleman's room.
Honestly, with how he floats there, it makes him a little easier to dodge from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like the water's slowing him down too.
Mm-hmm. He is certainly out of his element here.
Down he goes. Kami, on the other hand, is quickly coming up to the door right behind Tom, making up some ground.
Quickly, as in Quickman? I'm just putting that out there. Now, that said, CasualTom does have one of the shortest stages here in the game that he's going to be going through next, because he still gets to do Flashman stage. Now, this is definitely Mega Man music here. Is it Mega Man 4? 10. Thank you, LV Creed.
I believe it's fake, man.
Okay.
Oh.
I knew it was a Wily stage. I thought it was a Cossack stage because I thought Mega Man 4, but I appreciate the correction. Thank you very much.
This time was definitely not Cossack stages. We do have those, but not this time. Meanwhile, Carly, in Crash Fest, you dodged all the Joe bolts. Oh no. We're gonna have to switch to Flash here to get through these sections with those rabbits there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to blame him for that one.
Yeah, so this is definitely a spot where Flash Stopper is a requirement to get through the elevator section here.
Oh no! Has to take a ride on the Uber a second time.
Must have been a lift.
Oh yeah, because they're just going to sit there and like hang out on the ladder.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kami didn't switch back to Flash, even though he knows they're there.
He's dangerously close to having to use the E-Tanker to take another life.
He's just playing with us this time. He's playing with our emotions.
Ladders are hard.
I'm just in Airman stage.
I'm just putting that out there. Ladders are hard, apparently. Oh, he gets up that one without actually having to use the Flash Stopper, but he is... Whew! Crabcakes in chat noting that it is possible to do it without the Flash Stopper, so Kammesennin is trying to do it by the letter of the law. I can believe that.
Yeah, I can believe that too. That doesn't mean I have to agree with it.
CasualTom getting the Mega Man 5 one-up right there. Kami proven once again, ladders are difficult. Oh, and the birds are jerks.
Yep, the birds 2 are runners 0, as both runners had died in this exact section.
Kami trying to decide what he wants to do, if he's going to do Flash or if he's going to take the hit.
No, he's going to wait for the thing to come back around and then go back up.
Oh, take the jump up? Nice.
Problem is, his health is dangerously low.
Yeah.
Those rabbits do a lot of damage.
And a game over sends him back to the start. He may go do a different... Nope, doing the same stage.
Yeah, and as Creed points out in chat, and knowing Kami, he's very Buster strict about the rules. So it's a live or die situation.
That's fair. Well, consider the fact that Casual felt bad about doing the Flash Stopper strats last time in Wily stage, I think we'll probably end up seeing him do the same.
Oh no. If I know Tom, he's not going to hesitate about it.
Oh, really?
He'll probably not think he won't be able to do it.
Fair enough.
Downside about this being a zipless tournament is recently, and by recently I mean the beginning of the year, there was discovered a Buster-only zip that could be done in Crashman stage here.
Which screen on it is it for?
First.
Oh yeah?
It's essentially the any percent zip, but you do it on the first screen.
Okay. Yeah, because I've seen that zip done, but it takes one of the items to do it. The way I've seen it.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you were a viewer of last year's tournament, you're essentially doing it with item 1 on, the screen above, but if it's stationary, you can do it on the first screen. The Buster only, which you generally do, and mind you, I don't know how to do it because I generally don't do zips to begin with, is you go up, and the Hermit Crab pushes Tom into the pit, saying, "Knock my shell off, will you? I'll just kill you."
At least he was past the checkpoint, though, so it's not as costly a death as it could have been.
Yeah. But anyway, I believe the way it works is you go up the secondary ladder on the second screen, and then you have to angle yourself just right. So then you land on the upper pipe where the sprite goes through, and then use that as your zip to start it.
Kami, unfortunately, taking a death there as well, getting set back to the midpoint. Crashman stage proving to be quite the struggle here. And in the meantime, CasualTom does at least let us know that the crash walls are not Buster weak.
Yeah, I'm surprised he let us know now as opposed to Flashman stage, but we do know now, either way.
Maybe he forgot to check it, or just forgot if he did check it. Key to the moment, I could see it.
Puns intended.
Absolutely. Kami making his way through the last section of the climb here for Crashman. Getting through one of the longest stages here in the 8 Robot Masters. Meanwhile, finding actually a fairly kind airman here at the end of Heatman.
Yeah, and we're approaching the Crashman's door, and it's also relatively vanilla.
We've gotten a lot of vanilla Robot Masters at this point.
I believe there was 3 of our 8.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so anyway, Tom going up Crashman ladders here. So we'll see what Tom does come the elevator section. Oh, and by the way, here's your Cossack stage music.
There you go. Yep, I was just thinking that. It's a nice remix of it, or arrangement of it. I like it.
This is 3-4 Cossack stage music.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what CasualTom does in this particular instance. Try it a second time. Gets pelted back off. And switches to flash to the first screen.
Sadly, I believe the tracker itself does not allow us to turn the music up, so you're on your own with that.
Get those sweet, sweet tunes going.
But I don't
Taking
blame
flash
him.
on the second. Yep, there it is. Does look like he's at least trying to give it a try on each of these to get through without the flash stopper.
Yeah.
Well, not for the third one.
Yeah, that one's the tricky one usually.
Yeah.
But considering watching Kami earlier, at least I now have a better idea on how to do the second ladder Buster only.
Mm-hmm. CasualTom getting teased by that big health, wanders over for it, doesn't get it, has to take the ride anyway.
At least he tried. Kami grabbing.
Oh!
He was grabbing the second E-tank and he was going to pause buffer his way over, but I think that Joe would have ended up sniping him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a game over, sadly. And, check the room real quick.
Yeah. I mean, I see him stopping his timer right there. I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, so get those Fs and... So yeah, get those GGs in the chat anyway, folks, for Kami, as this is pretty much forfeit town right here, I believe.
Just getting confirmation of the forfeit in chat, and that Tom wanted to make sure that they weren't going to do a different seed or do something else just in case. He is going to play this one out just to have it actually count as per SRL and Mega Man 2 randomizer rules. But as long as he finishes this run, he will get his second win and move on to the next phase of the tournament. So get your GGs in chat for Kami. Put up a good effort.
Yep. So pretty much. So, despite all the sadness, we still have to at least play the community game. So, if you haven't done it before, essentially you guess the color of the dragon, and for bonus points, you guess the weakness. So, with that being said, as my colleague went first last time, this time I guess we'll go with Jetfire Orange, weak to no, actually, you know what? We're gonna go True Blue. So we're gonna go Blue Dragon, Buster weak.
Ooh, these birds are being real jerks. Yeah. Oh, didn't even make it to the first yeah. Ouch.
Yeah, they take. This is a section where you're probably better off juking them as you go. So pretty much you got to time the jump. The roosters do. Or you just mash your thumb as hard as you can.
Face tank. Oh. And he takes the E-tank. I can't say I blame him on that. So, for my guess, since now that we're done discussing that part back, I'm feeling gray on the dragon. And let's go air. Gray and air for me.
Interesting. We'll see who comes out on top, whose confection is perfection. Oh, this is perfectly fine right here, as long as he's not firing the Buster.
Nice jump over that rabbit right there. Well done.
Got a slow item one to go with here, so gotta wait for the first one to disappear. And what's in the danger?
He did fire that first shot. Suicide Joe.
Suicide Squad! Alright, we're coming up to the dragon now.
And we get to see who is right in this instance. Get your guesses out in chat. Oh, you said orange, didn't you?
I did.
There you go. Got some orange right here. Anyone who had orange? Nicely done there. Now let's see what the weakness is. It's Buster. Okay.
Well, I changed my mind. I was going to say orange, but I ended up changing it to True Blue, so Blue Dragon, Blue Buster. So at least I'm going to say I got the Buster part right.
We have one guess in chat for orange with blue from Imgur. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I think that's the closest we've gotten, so... Question in chat from Cranky Hero asking if Buster Week is more common than others. Siberian, you know this rando a little better than I do. Answer to that?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Fair enough, then. I mean, I know I usually see when I'm doing the rando, like at least one of the bosses somewhere along the path is going to have a Buster weakness, but I think that might just be confirmation bias. If you're talking about there's 9 weapons in the game, and it's going to assign a weakness to 2 weaknesses to most of the bosses in here, you're probably going to see a Buster weak at least once. So, yeah. Yeah.
And considering we're doing Buster only to begin with, we're checking Buster to begin with, so...
Yeah. I think a lot of it's just confirmation bias. Credit to Tom. He's on his own at this point, but he's playing very clean.
Ooh, we find air shooter for Pico, which is a great weapon to find against Pico here. It's definitely one of my favorite weapons to find after air shooter for Pico.
This is a very...
after...
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I meant after Leaf Shield. So, about air shooter here?
I was gonna say, this is a very nice version of the air shooter to have like this. It's got a lot of horizontal travel to it, so it's looking like it's real easy to aim. Now, this is not a track I have heard before. As we get dropped into the blueberry milk. Oh! Ouch. Question in chat about why did Kami FF? He took about 7 deaths or so and had a particularly nasty game over right at the end of Metal Man stage, and after losing the first round of the best of 3, I think that was just a tilt defeat. I think we've all been there when we're playing Rando, and it's just one of those times where he's just like, yeah, no. Yeah, the main one that really did it in for him was that Crashman stage. That Crashman was brutal. That then followed by the Metal Man with the death right at the end into a game over. It was just too much, and I can't say I blame him for that. So we're getting Guts Tank now. Gonna see what the weakness is for this boss. Going out looking like the Hulk. And another Buster Week. 2 of the 5 so far. 6. 2 of the 6.
Oh.
I swear.
Into Wily 4 we go.
Getting confirmation from LV Cree that the theme we're getting here is a Gundam 8th MS Team OVA track. Not a game I've played, or anime I've watched, or whatever it is.
I've seen the anime, but I don't recall this being the theme. But I'm not going to say one way or the other.
Yeah, I am the farthest from an otaku, so I would not be able to place it at all.
Alright, so Tom is coming up to Anxiety Rooms. Let's see what horrors await us. Ooh. Amphibians.
That one was like, you're suddenly going, I can use the frog for a damage boost if I have to, the little one, but it looked like the little frog was lower than the spike, so I don't think it would have even been available if he wanted to go for it.
It would have.
Would it have worked?
It would have.
Okay.
It would have hit him. Alright, so here's the real trick one right here. As we're gonna wait, as I believe we're gonna wait for that wheel right here, and then we're gonna wait for it to go down, and then hop over. There we go.
Do those lovely pause strats again like you did the last time. Well done. Got a question in chat from Dawn, the retro gaming fan, asking if this was a Buster-only race. It was. And although Kammesennin has forfeited, CasualTom is still honoring that to finish out the seed.
Alright. We know our wall weakness is not a Buster week, but
yeah, the walls at least left to go out. I'm sorry.
Time to go home.
Wood!
And it's Leaf Shield.
But not the machine parts themselves.
No, that's an inverted leaf shield if I've ever seen one.
So
But the boo beams are Buster Week.
for those of you looking for a bingo card filled with Buster Week, that is now 3 of 6. Can we make it 4?
Well, there's a good chance the machine could give us 4.
Mm-hmm. CasualTom missing the jump there. Gonna have to redo that one a little bit. Taking out Buble here like it's nothing. Moving on. And this Heatman was actually really kind, although he has some serious speed to him. Got himself lodged in the wall there for a pass.
That's usually one of the good Heatmen we want to see, because we want to see him go quickly underneath us instead of trying to juke us out.
Hmm. CasualTom nicely maintaining his health, though, here in this fight.
And Tom, once again, going the correct way, as for refights, going clockwise.
Or as close as he could, missing out and getting, as Crabcakes put it, at the 3 o'clock start. Woodman once again being a bit of a beefy boy right there. And then we have the absolutely smoking Metal Blades coming out. Actually making this a fair fight here. Oof. Yeah, take that health refill.
I don't know what his E-Tank count is, though. But that might be moot at this point.
I mean, he just has to finish. This very kind quick man is not going to prove too difficult.
Oh, he is slogging his way through the bubbles there.
This is Slow Man here today.
Casual walk man.
Can we have Stroll Man? Is that what do we got?
Technically, Tom lost to in brackets, so technically the Group A has lost.
This is loser bracket here, and another Buster Week boss here for everyone to stamp on their card. So for those of you that were like, is there a high frequency for Buster Week? And we said no, yeah, so... And this is Victory Road here, yes? Yep. Got the blood droppers, whatever you want to call it, acid droppers.
Yep. Well, we just got an alien left.
Not Buster.
Not air. How about bubble?
Not Bubble.
Not quick. Not metal. Not crash.
Eat it
There
in.
we go. Let's see. He was
Slow
hoping
charge.
it wasn't good. He was hoping it wasn't that leaf shield that had very low energy. That's
Oh,
what he
yeah.
was trying to make sure of.
Slow
And there
traveling
we go.
heat too.
And
But yeah,
what's
with
the
that,
time?
got the confirmed dot done. Looks like we're just gonna have to go off of his timer. So 35:04. GG's to CasualTom right there, and winner of this round of the tournament.
Yep, get those GGs in chat, folks, and we'll see if we can get Thomas in here. Speaking of which, GG's, Tom.
GG's.
Thanks. Sorry about that first one.
You're fine.
I mean, you won.
But yeah, it doesn't feel good. I mean, no, it feels. Oh, it actually feels pretty good. But you know what I mean? Like it wasn't what I was. Wasn't what I wanted. You know.
Tom, you're not saying it right. It feels great. I beat Kami. Pummeled him into a submission.
This is not the end.
Is still undefeated outside of A group.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool at least. I was hoping for that much, but it just sucks when you get dealt a bad hand. You know, like I think I read a little bit about what happened to him, and I can kind of guess. Like I just got lucky with my stage selections in that second one, I guess.
Yeah, he got an early crash stage and beat his face against it for a while, and then a few deaths there, and Airman followed up by a really costly death at the end of Metal Man, and you could just tell there was tilt there.
Dang. Oh well. I hope that everyone's not too upset with how I sort of disqualified myself in that first one from the Buster only.
We all pretty much rationalized it as to why. So you know what, you're fine.
Because like I had a practice seed earlier where that was like an Armored Joe, and I think I tried it like a couple times and I couldn't get it. Or maybe it was something else. It was something I actually had to use to stop her there. Kame was actually watching it, and he said that was fine. But yeah, I guess this was a different enemy. I haven't had the toothpaste there in a while.
So Tom, your next opponent in Luce's bracket is 2% Chungus. Do you have any harsh criticisms for him?
Wow. Probably the two biggest Chungus lovers in the community getting together. It's going to be a Chungus fest. In fact, we've raced on Sunday weeklies together a couple times recently, and we're considering, pretty sure that we agreed that we would actually do Buster only for our race, because we were both practicing Buster only on Sunday just in preparation of racing Kame. So I said, well, let's make it interesting, you know. If he's still up for it, I mean, maybe I can do it and not cheat next time.
So was there anything about those two seeds you want to discuss? Anything you were happy about? Or, I mean, aside from the climb you had to use Flash Stopper about, anything that you weren't so happy about? Tell us about those runs.
I know, like, each one had, well, especially the second one felt like it had some really costly deaths. I think it had, like, probably at least a couple, second one. But, I mean, what else is there to say, really? Just, I will say this, like, the one thing that I'll never forget is how Buster Week, like, all those endgame bosses were, with the exception of, like, Dragon and Alien. I was so hoping for, like, a Buster Week Alien 2. I was like, the tunnel is blue, it's a sign.
I think the only boss in that second seat that wasn't Buster Weak actually was Pico.
No, he was weak, I think. I think
He was weak in the first. He was weak.
Oh,
in
wait,
the
maybe-
first.
Maybe you're right. It was whatever. I'll have to. Either way, that's a lot of Buster Week bosses.
I'm just glad one of us was paying attention.
Pico and the Alien were the only two that weren't Buster Week there.
Okay, my bad.
No.
So,
Crazy amount of them that were, though.
so yeah, I mean, I gotta give a big shout out to Kame as always because he introduced me to the Mega Man 2 randomizer community when I first started doing the Sunday night weeklies. He kind of brought me in. I didn't really know like a whole lot of other people at the time, but he was doing Buster only, and I was doing Buster only too because he brought me in. So I figured I could pay my respects. And after a while, I kind of started. We got in the tournament. And I started getting more used to learning some zips, using weapons. But yeah, I gotta thank him very much because I'm quite enjoying my time here. It's a lot of fun. Even practice is fun. It's just always exciting to never know exactly what to expect, but the more you do it, the better prepared you're going to be.
Well, GG's to you, sir.
Thanks. I really feel like just every seed you practice, you'll get like considerably better with like every new thing you learn how to deal with, and Buster Only can prepare you quite well for that. Boss patterns, all that stuff.
It was exceptional play. Like even just after Kami forfeited and you were just going through it, and you still played exceptionally well, played clean. It was well done.
Thanks. I felt mostly pretty good about the. Oh, there was that death in Wily 3. Why did that happen? I guess I think I might have tried to pause buffer, but I still had a lemon on screen, or it just like connected with an enemy or something. I timed something wrong. I thought I could get a pause buffer there. I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's interesting, like kind of playing through that much of a seed, just thinking, I just have to beat it. Time doesn't even matter. I can play it as safely as possible. Or even just like, I'll go right at the alien because, I mean, if he kills me, fine, I'll just get game over and refill my weapons. So, it kind of like, sometimes you do it like the risky way, and sometimes you play it really safe. So, kind of always got to keep that in mind. It was a totally different objective than we're normally used to.
Alright, I think I'm out of things to talk about here, but more or less.
Yeah, just let's. I'm gonna try my best to keep Group A alive, and you know, Chungus, I'll schedule with you real soon. And still on for Buster Only. I'm still down, so try and be a bit cleaner about it next time.
Alright. Well, then, again, GG's to Tom. You're going to move on, take on Chungus. Shout out real quick, give the appropriate shout outs to SpeedGaming for hosting the Mega Man 2 Randomizer community. Shout outs to LB Creed, pushing the buttons, making us smarter than we really are. For the next scheduled race for our tournament is actually going to be on Saturday at 10 a.m. It's going to feature Mega Kyle and Prodigy in the semifinals of the winners bracket. And then Sunday at 3 p, we got the last of our round 1 losers bracket matches featuring Metalo and Crumple Star. So everyone come back for those matches on Saturday and Sunday. And shout outs to my co-commentator partner, Darkmoon.
It was fun. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for the commentary, guys. Thanks, Creed, for tracking.
You should do more of this.
It was a good time.
Thanks to the audience. Yeah, anyone else I may have forgotten.
Alright, well then, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Night.